Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Doing some magic. So anyway, today we're gonna be doing a legacy matchup. So I'm playing. I need to think of a clever name for this, but it's a Phyrexian Dreadnought deck that runs Final Fortune to take an extra turn. So Fortunate Dreadnought. Fortunate. I'll think of some, and it'll be up in the thing. What are you playing?
I'm just playing Merfolk.
That's it.
Mono blue. It plays a bunch of fish. It's got true name nemesises and
Nemesi. Whatever. Let's roll a dice to see who goes first. So anyway, I should mention that last week we had our 50th Magic video, and if you haven't seen that already, you should watch that. There's a contest going on, and by the time this video comes out, it'll only be a few days left in it. But if you go comment something nice about Mr. Boopster, you could win a pack of our custom tokens. So if you haven't already done that, go do that. One thing I noticed with a lot of those comments, people were getting Mr. Boopster confused with Frosty. They thought they were the same person. They're not the same person.
No.
See, our tokens have... That's a bad example. Our tokens have Frosties on them. At least this set does.
Yes.
And Mr. Boopster is too beautiful to be captured in 2 dimensions on paper. So anyway, to decide who goes first, I think since it's kind of fitting, I drew a dice illustrating the difference. So there we got Mr. Boopster, and there we got Frosty. See, Frosty has a nose and a mouth.
Yeah.
And Mr. Boopster's just
kind of looks sad and doopy.
Yeah, Mr. Boopster's just a work of art. So, do you want Boopster or Foosty?
Boopster.
I don't know why I gave you. I should just went with Boopster, but I guess so. If it lands on Frosty, I will go first, and if it lands on Boopster, you will go first. It landed on Frosty. That's like the only time in his life that he's ever won something. I'll go first, and we'll see you in game 1. All right, game 1. I'm going to show my hand. Huzzah! I don't know why I jumbled it like that. Your turn.
Hand. And we're good.
And we're good. Off to the races, as it were. I'm going to lead off with a polluted delta and pass the turn.
I'm going to lead off with an island.
Yep.
And a preordain.
You got it.
So, scry 2. Do I need those? The answer is no.
It's a nice thing to hear.
Draw a card. Enter go.
Draw a card. A little redundant. We'll crack this polluted delta. Go to 19.
Redundancy wins games. Assuming it's removable.
It's a volcanic island. And then I'll play an island for my land drop for the turn. And I will try for a Torpor Orb.
Creatures entering the battlefield don't cause abilities to trigger.
Yes. Shuts off both my creatures' abilities and your creatures' enter the battlefield abilities. I usually get more value out of this.
Yeah.
than my opponents do.
No, that's good. I don't like it, but...
To you. This is the part where you have 4 Silvergill Adepts in your hand.
There's at least one.
I'm assuming you're naming Merfolk with the Cavern of Souls.
Merfolk with Cavern of Souls. So, I guess we'll play a Master of Pearl Trident.
Sure.
Enter go.
Untap. Draw a card. Intriguing. Well, we're going to try for a Phyrexian Dreadnought.
Think we're going to force a will that. Pitching my Silvergill Adept because it doesn't do anything.
Probably a solid plan. Yep, you got it.
Don't like having to
And I'll pass the turn.
force a will a 1-drop.
Yeah. Oh, so for anyone that doesn't know this interaction, if you've never seen it before, Phyrexian Dreadnought, it's a 12/12 trampler for 1 colorless. When you might be saying to yourself, why would they print something like that? It's not current standard. Yeah. This card's old. But the reason is because when it comes into play, you sacrifice any number of creatures with total power 12 or more, or you have to sacrifice Phyrexian Dreadnought. Bury, specifically.
Yeah.
I guess.
So if it's indestructible, I guess you wouldn't have to.
Yeah, which is kind of strange.
Weird. Yeah.
It's a weird interaction. But anyway, so the idea here is Torpor Orb. Creatures entering the battlefield don't cause abilities to trigger. That's an enter the battlefield ability.
So is the draw card on Silvergill Adept.
So he's just a 1-mana 12/12 with trample. Pretty solid. Yeah.
Draw for turn. Univault.
Mm-hmm.
We shall play another Master of the Pearl Tridents.
Oh boy.
This one's Russian.
Okay.
And we'll swing for 3.
We will take 3, going to 16.
Enter go.
Untap. Draw a card. A little late to the party there. I think as sad as this is, I'm just going to pass the turn.
Untap. Draw for turn.
Silvergill Adept. You got it.
Draw a card.
He's a big boy still.
I'm going to activate Mutavault.
I'm going to stifle the Mutavault activation.
Sad face.
Another combo. This is like the classic one. Stifle, counter target activated or triggered ability. That's what this is.
That is it. Yeah. So you stifle it.
Yeah.
6.
Unfortunately, now I'm just trying to stay alive, so we'll go to 10.
Enter go.
Untap. Draw a card. This is getting poorer and poorer by the minute. Let's see here. Pass the turn.
That's not looking good.
No, I missed a few land
Untap.
drops.
Yeah, it looks that way. Draw a card. We shall activate Mutavault.
You got it.
6, 10, 14.
Lightning bolt that.
I think we're going to force that pitching Phantasmal Image.
I think we're going to force that pitching Trinket Mage. Going to 9.
Then that resolves.
You go to 18 from the force.
And he dies.
So
you had to kill the Russian one, of course.
I did. So I take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Going to 1. Very precarious.
Play an island.
You got it. Untap. Draw a card. Well, unfortunately,
doesn't save
my
you.
friend, you are not the card that I'm looking for.
Do you have a bunch of Final Fortunes in your hand?
Here's a Torpor Orb. Pass the turn.
Good thing I didn't force a will it.
Yeah.
I was debating that just so my Silvergill Adept could draw a card, but I figured I'd just
save it for the card that. Yeah.
Turns out that was the correct play. I will play a Mutavault. I'll use that Mutavault to res the other one.
Sure.
And swing.
Do believe I'm
8.
dead. So I'll go to -7. Show a Jesze and a Final Fortune. I did,
Fortune.
yeah. I was hoping that I would get like a, well, not a fetchling because that would kill me, but a red source and I could just like chain Final Fortunes. Would be awesome, but not the case. See, it's karma because I won the dice roll using Frosty.
Yeah.
So obviously I'm not going to win that game.
That is true.
Yeah.
I mean, the one time that Mr. Boopster, he's mad at you.
Yeah.
Because you rolled Frosty, not Mr. Boopster on the dice.
Yeah, I'll rub his belly later or something. He'll be fine. So, we'll see you in game 2. All right, game 2. Let's see if I can reclaim some dignity. And this is the hand that I am working with. Wonderful. You're up.
We got it's a bit slower, but it'll do.
All right. I'm going to lead off with a volcanic island and a preordain. And I'm assuming you're not going to want to force a will this, so
No,
go ahead
it's generally not something you want to
have
do.
a look. I kind of like both these cards, so I'm going to keep them on top and draw. 2.
Draw for turn. I'm going to play an island and an ether vial.
Sure.
And pass turn.
Untap. Draw for turn. Gonna play an island and cast a ponder.
Got
Good.
search, yeah.
Look at my top 3.
I think the only time you really want to counter a preordain or a ponder, if it's like the third turn your opponent hasn't played his second land, then maybe.
Yeah.
But
or if you're playing vintage and you have mental missteps.
That is true. Fortunately, they didn't want to let us have them in Legacy.
True.
Or Modern.
It was, it was legal in Legacy for like a month, and it was the best month ever. So wonderful. Mental Misstep's one of my favorite cards.
So if it was legal in
hands.
Modern, you'd probably play. Well, actually, you definitely would play 4 of it Modern.
Shuffle.
I mean, he just stops all the shenanigans.
Yeah. Well, some of the shenanigans. I think Tarmogoyf would go up in price again.
Probably. I mean, if Mental Misstep was legal, you could probably unban Deathrite. Probably not a smart plan, but you could.
Yeah. Actually, it might be an idea for a video in the future. We could do a Modern
with no ban
with
list.
no ban list. Anything that, like, obviously, it's not like, go, let's play 4 Black Lotuses, ha.
Yeah.
But like any
8th edition up.
8th edition up with
no ban list.
Might
Could be
sweet.
interesting.
Yeah. Just see what happens. I'm sure it would be as broken as all hell, but, draw a card off Ponder. And I will pass the turn to you.
Untap. Upkeep. Draw.
So, Vial on 1.
Ice. I think here we are going to preordain ourselves.
Sure. I can dig those vibes.
I think those are staying on top exactly how they are. Draw for turn.
Not a thing that a person
preordain.
likes to hear.
Enter go.
Untap. Draw a card. I'm going to play a mountain. And I think at this point, I'm going to try for a Phyrexian Dreadnought.
Okay.
So,
Trigger
resolves,
happens.
trigger on the stack. I will cast a Stifle.
I can file in Curse Catcher, but
Sure. Are you choosing to counter the ability?
I don't think so. I think that's going to have to resolve.
Okay. So, yeah, as I explained earlier, if you stifle this ability, it doesn't happen. So it's a 1-mana 12/12 with trample.
Pretty potent.
Pretty potent. And I'll pass the turn.
Untap. Keep. Draw for turn. Play another island. I think we are going to violin
Yeah.
Master of the Pearl Trident.
This is the Russian one?
This is the Russian one again.
Sure.
He's back for revenge. So I will attack you for 2 with the Island Walk.
I will cast Lightning Bolt on this. which you can counter if you so desire.
And not attack. I think instead, I'm going to Echoing Truths your Phyrexian Dreadnought.
Sure.
And then he can die.
Okay. And I will take 1, going to 19.
Enter go.
Untap. Draw a card.
This is the point where you go Tobor Orb.
Yeah, just replay him. I think we're going to have to settle for Jesze the Mind Sculptor.
This is instants or sorceries,
yes.
So he resolves.
Yes, that would be very foolish to cast Jesze into something that can force spike it. So what am I going to do with Jesze? I'm going to should I brainstorm at Jesze? What are the odds that you have 2 lords? You know what? I'm going to brainstorm at Jesze.
Brainstorm.
2, 3. And we'll put 2 of these young men back. And I'm thinking like this. And I'll pass the turn.
Untap. We'll leave Ether Vial at 2.
Sure.
Draw for turn.
Do you have any of the 3 mana lords even in this deck?
The only 3 mana spells I have are True Name Nemesis.
Yeah.
Because, he's too good.
He's very good.
So, we shall vial in a Silver Gilladout.
Sure.
To draw a card.
Unfortunately, I don't have a Torpor Orb to stifle your plans this time.
And we shall cast Standstill.
Standstill. All right.
Attack Jesze for 1.
Jesze goes to 2.
Enter up.
Untap. Draw a card. That standstill is very annoying.
He can stifle the trigger for what it is worth.
Yes, I am able to do that.
His other ways of cheating and can't interact with the standstill, but he does have one potential option.
I'm going to brainstorm a Jesze. And we'll put 2 back. I think at this point it's going to be these 2. Play an island as my land for the turn. And then I will lead off with casting a Sundial of the Infinite.
So, standstill.
Yes, and
Triggers.
I will stifle the draw 3 cards trigger.
He does have it.
I do have it.
Wah, wah.
And let's see here. I think it would be prudent to go for Phyrexian Dreadnought.
That is unfortunate.
So, the way this part of the combo works, Sundial of the Infinite, you can pay 1 and tap it to end the turn. You can activate this ability only during your turn. So the way you do it is you cast... By the way, ending your using this exiles all spells and abilities from the stack. You discard down to your maximum hand size, damage wears off, and this turn and until end of turn effects end. So the way this works is you put this into play, that trigger goes on the stack, you end the turn in response.
Yep.
So, your turn, clearly.
Ether Vial still staying on 2.
This has the added bonus of stopping shenanigans happening during your turn as well.
Yeah.
So like if on my normally you'd Aether Vial on my end step if I was you.
Yeah.
But this could put a stop to that.
Yeah,
as well.
It really does put a stop to Ether Vial shenanigans.
If you don't have to use it for other things. Of course.
I'm going to copy that.
Oh, okay, sure.
Copy Silvergill Adept to draw a card. Haven't moved to combat yet.
Yep. You also don't have to reveal anything because it's entering as a copy. It's not cast the same way. So
play Mutavault.
Mutavault.
And we'll violin a second one.
Sure.
Also being a Silvergill Adept.
You got it.
Drawing a card.
It's a lot of dudes.
It is, but unfortunately they're not very powerful dudes, and you can just kill these.
Yeah.
It's your go.
Alright, we're gonna untap. Gonna draw a card. It's almost like I knew that card was there. Okay.
Like it was brainstormed on top.
Yes. So you have 3 2/1s, a 1/1, and the potential for a 2/2. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, I'm going to start out by... What am I going to start out by doing?
So many choices.
There really are a lot of choices here. I'm going to go up with Jesze and look at your top card and decide to put it on the top or the bottom. And you can have this.
So that's probably not a lord.
No.
If I had to guess.
I'm then going to play Misty Rainforest. And I will go to attacks.
Yep.
Send in for 12.
Yeah, we're going to have to take 12, go to 8.
Alright. And then I'm going to cast a Final Fortune.
Final Fortune.
Does it resolve?
It resolves.
Okay, Final Fortune. Take another turn after this one. You lose the game at the end of that turn. The interesting combination here is that you can use Sundial of the Infinite to end your turn before this would trigger.
And then it never triggers again because it's not that turn that you made.
Yeah. So it's really interesting.
So it's like a 3-mana red Time Walk.
2 mana.
Well,
instant speed.
Sundial.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Sundial
fair
has
enough. Fair enough.
Well, I guess it's
instant
like a
speed.
2/1.
Yeah, yeah. Because you don't have to Sundial the turn you cast it, unlike if you were doing Phyrexian Dreadnought, for example. So we're gonna untap for our second turn. Draw a card. And I will sack you for 12.
Well, I got 4 toughness here, so I can't.
You do have more than 4 toughness.
We'll go 5 toughness.
So you're blocking with Mutavault and
2 Silvergill Adepts and a Curse Catcher.
So these?
Yes.
And that would put you to 1.
Yes.
Okay. We'll do that. And then I'll bowl you.
Didn't matter. A wasteland and an island.
All right, game 3.
And there you go.
And mine is this, and this. Not super exciting, but we'll see where it goes.
Is it Island? Ether Vial exciting?
No.
And Trigo.
Draw a card. That could be worse. We're going to play a Scalding Tarn and pass the turn.
Untap. Keep. Draw.
Shoo got it.
I think we're going to go Cavern Souls, naming Merfolk.
Mm-hmm. Sure you don't want to name Human Being?
Nah.
Not human. Human Being.
I don't think Human Being is a creature type.
It might be. Being might be a subtype.
Silvergill Adept.
You got it.
Revealing a Russian Master of the Pearl Trident.
Sure.
Drawing card. And your go.
Gonna draw. Let's go for Island. And I'll cast a Brainstorm.
Yeah. It's
No,
not too exciting.
no Violin Curse Catcher and
Well, you do
make
have
me
a
crack
land.
my fetch land. Yes, but I don't get the free
I guess
shuffle
that
off
is
of it.
true.
So 1, 2, and 3. Those are all pretty good, actually.
Brainstorming's not really a curse, so the curse catcher can't catch it.
It's true.
I mean, the curse catcher makes less sense now because curse is technically a subtype of enchantment. So. But he catches instants and sorceries, which are not curses.
That is kind of strange. I'm going to put these two back.
I mean, they probably didn't think of the naming conventions of old cards when they came up with the idea, but
Perhaps not.
they have to errata him. Counter target curse.
Yeah.
Says controller pays 1.
And I did play land, right? That.
Yes.
So, I will pass the turn to you.
Untap. Upkeep. Draw. Well, I think we're going to lead off with a standstill.
Stand still. That is a thing that I'm going to have to deal with. Or try to, at least. I'm going to cast a Force Will, pitching a Jace the Mind Sculptor, going to 19.
Quite the pitch. I think I'm going to Force Will that, pitching Lord of Atlantis.
Sure. You go to 19 as well. You got to stand still, as much as that hurts.
And then we'll just violin my Russian Merfolk of the Pearl Trident.
Yep.
Not casting any spells. 3.
Gonna crack Scalding Tarn, going to 18. That'll fetch up a lovely and wonderful volcanic island.
What's that mean? Does that mean Lightning Bolt? I mean, I'd be rather okay with that.
Yeah, you do get to draw some cards off of it, but I think I'm gonna do it.
So, sacrifice Standstill, draw 3.
Unfortunately, don't have another Force of Will.
None of those are Force Wills, so yeah, that resolves.
Or Stifle.
He dies.
Yep. And I will take 2 damage, going to 16.
Now I shall play a land, since I hit this.
Since you conveniently now have one.
Enter go.
Alright, untap. Draw a card. Well,
When you go land torpor or 12-12.
There's some questions that I've got in my head.
So many questions. Are you going to play 20 questions to figure out the answer? Or?
No. I'm going to play Volcanic Island. And I'm going to try for a Sundial of the Infinite.
Yeah, he can have a sundial.
And I'll pass the turn.
Untap. I think we're going to leave that at 2.
Okay.
Draw a card.
Well, you have 3 mana, so...
Yeah,
we got
all the mana we need.
Speaking
So,
of...
True name?
Yes. Naming me, clearly.
Naming you. Naming Chubby. Tech you for 2.
I wish I could end the turn right now, but it's not my turn. I'll take 2, going to
That'd
14.
be so broken.
Oh, assuming... Do you have a
No.
lord
Lord.
as well? Okay. Go to 14.
And then I will violin a phantasmal image copying the true name Nemesis.
Ooh.
Also naming you.
Okay.
Enter go.
Untap. Draw a card. Well... I guess...
I could have done it the other way, which is what I was
not the
thinking, but it's
worst.
not like I had a 1 mana use.
Yeah. I'll play a mountain. And I'll cast a Ponder.
Yeah, you can have Ponder.
Look at my top 3. Okay. Put them back in any order. It's going to be this order.
Nope.
Well, you know what I drew. Draw a card.
Maybe I should have waited for the phantasmal image. I was going to wait, but then I remembered Sundial of the Infinite.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess Sundial, once again, does not allow me to clone it.
This is true. Let's see here. So you have 6 power for sure coming down. I think what I'm going to do is cast a Final Fortune.
Ooh.
Take another turn after this one. You lose the game at the end of that turn. So, go to my extra turn. We'll draw a card. Then, we will cast a Final Fortune.
Interesting.
Take another turn after this one. Lose the game. Just like last time. And
Except
then...
this turn, you have the mana, too.
Yes. We'll play a Phyrexian Dreadnought. And then with the trigger on the stack, we will end that extra turn.
Yes.
So, I'll go to my next extra turn. Untap. Draw a card.
Not even playing over here anymore.
Well, unfortunately, I think I'm done chaining Final Fortunes for now.
Yeah, at least there's not like a bunch of those that you can just chain.
Only 4.
Only 4.
So, we will go to attacks. Attack you for 12.
Well, I'll block 2 of it.
You got it.
Because I can.
Yeah, you don't lose them.
And go to 7.
7.
Sorry, 9.
9. Who did you? Yeah, because I think you only forced.
Yeah,
that was
I
the
remember
only
that.
damage that's been taken.
Well, it's like I said, I could block 2 of it, and then I didn't when my math.
And then we'll cast a Brainstorm. Draw
Storm
3.
some brains.
And we'll put 2 back. And it's going to be these 2, like so. And then we will end the turn so we don't lose the game. So, obviously, your turn.
Untap. I think on upkeep, I'm actually going to take this up to 3. What that could represent, I don't possibly know. Draw. You have 2 cards in hand?
2 cards. I'm at 14 life.
2 mana. Cast Lord of Atlantis.
You got it.
Go to combat. We will swing for 7.
Lightning Bolt Lord
He
of
does
Atlantis.
have a Lightning Bolt for Lord of Atlantis.
So, we'll take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Going to 9.
And then...
Assuming you don't have Violent, a 3-mana Lord.
No.
I don't think you have any.
Violent, Trinity Nemesis.
Okay.
But I mean, like, Trinity Nemesis is the only 3-drop.
It's true.
Fortunately, I kind of needed that Lord to live, because I can only block 2. So,
yeah, despite True Name being very good, he has a little butthole.
Yeah.
Draw a card.
I needed the Lords to live.
He will play Misty Rainforest. We'll play Jesze the Mind Sculptor. I'm not really sure why I'm playing around much here, but I am. And we will Brainstorm. Then I'll go to attacks.
Yep.
Attack for 12.
I can block 2 of it. I'm at 9. That's death.
I had a backup Dreadnought. Oh, God, that could have been horrible.
Yeah. If I'd drawn the land, that probably would have been fine. But
yeah. Jeez, you got
I didn't draw the land.
Four
so I had to hope
the
Lord of Atlantis didn't get bolted.
Yeah.
That would have been hilarious.
It would have. But yeah, so there you go. You see the potential of taking extra turns for 2 mana.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
So
that was
1 mana 12/12s.
That too.
That you don't have to work for.
Well, that's an afterthought. That's just an afterthought.
But like Death Shadow.
Turns.
Yeah, Death Shadow is like...
Yeah.
You have to really work for that, and then Stifle Not's just like, Stifle, Dreadnought, done.
Yeah, they have printed a lot of cards that make that card busted. Like, I wasn't even playing how, like, there's illusionary mask. I'm not even going to try to explain to you what that does, because it's like a novel of text.
It's kind of morph before morph cleaned it up a lot.
Yeah.
Manifest is also an option.
Yeah, there's a couple cards that can come.
Well, any of the ones that can manifest it, because you can flip it for 1 mana and you don't get the enters the battlefield trigger.
It's already entered the battlefield. Yeah, I don't know why. It seems like they just really want to give you a toolbox.
Well, and like any like Stifle or Trick Bind.
Yeah.
All of those.
And, of course, the Torpor Orb.
Torpor Orb was just to stop, shenanigans that is Splinter Twin.
Sure.
And they had the off chance of...
making a 12/12 for 1 mana.
Making a 12/12 for 1 mana.
So, that was another match of Legacy, and we will see you next week with some other stuff.
Probably Modern.
And we will also announce the winner of the token thing, for any of you who are still watching and didn't hear me the first time that I said this. The winner for this will be announced on Monday, which is... What day is Monday? I have to look this up because I don't know. Is it 23rd? Yes, Monday the 23rd, we will announce the winners for the tokens for the Mr. Boopster here. Yeah. Okay. And we'll see you then.